talk about Universal's two latest brilliant value resorts, and this is the Endless Summer Resort. It's actually two hotels, and there's a road between them. They are run as two separate hotels. Price-wise, they're pretty much exactly the same. Never really noticed much of a difference. What we love about these is they are fantastic value. They are actually on International Drive, which means that you have a Walgreens opposite, and you have a few restaurants close by as well. So it's great because you're not within that Universal bubble, so you can go and have some sort of cheaper food. Price-wise, these are the lowest hotels that Universal have, and these are fantastic because you still get those extra benefits, such as being able to get into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter an hour before everyone else, and also Volcano Bay as well. So it is technically off-site. It is on the site of where Wet n Wild used to be. If you went to Orlando many years ago, you might remember Wet n Wild. Universal bought this land and then demolished it and put up the two Endless Summer Resorts. So there are two, but we're just going to talk about them exactly the same because there's no real difference between the two of them in terms of getting up to Universal itself. So one, you could actually walk to it. Now, the way that American roads work is that they're all light controlled. You can't just wander across. And because it is set up for the drivers and not for the pedestrians, you could be waiting. I've crossed that road before. You could be waiting a good sort of 4, 5, maybe 6 minutes, maybe. And potentially need to cross the road twice as well at the first intersection. So what you do is you then walk across, and then you basically take the same route as what the bus takes. You just walk along the sides of the road. There is pavement. Make sure that you use the crossing and that you wait for the lights as well. America is not set up for pedestrians, and they will not just randomly stop you. You have to wait for the light. Probably about 20-minute walk. I did it a couple of times. I like walking, so it doesn't really kind of bother me. But, first thing in the morning and also last thing at night, probably wouldn't do it. I was walking across at sort of 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, so kind of waking me up, putting up a bit of breakfast, basically. 99% of all other people are going to be taking that shuttle bus. The shuttle buses are pretty regular. The shuttle buses run every 10 to 15 minutes, so sort of 10 minutes more in sort of peak times of the day, and 15 minutes kind of like off season and maybe in the middle of the day when less people are using them. And then it takes about 10 to 15 minutes depending on the traffic to get there. So if you arrive and you see one going, then you probably got like a 10-15 minute wait for that, and then 10-15 minutes. So potentially, worst case scenario, 15 minutes and 15 minutes could take you half an hour to get to your hotel. Realistically, it's probably not going to be that long. You're probably going to be waiting 7 or 8 minutes to go, and then it usually does take about 10 minutes. Now, what I would say is if you do see, for example, you were staying at Dockside, and your bus has literally just pulled out without you, and there's not one behind it, but there's a Surfside bus that looks like it's ready to go. To be honest, it's probably just as easy to jump onto that as opposed to waiting 10 to 15 minutes. Jump onto that because the walk between the two hotels are opposite each other. There's just a road. So it'll probably take you about 4 or 5 minutes walk between. So it is actually quicker when coming back. If you do miss one to your hotel, just take the other hotel and just walk across, or go and have a little look inside as well. They are quite similarly themed, but they do have differences. So the shuttle bus is the #1 way of doing it, and the nice and clean, friendly shuttle buses. You can drive, but to be honest, I don't see the point in having a car whilst you're staying up there unless you've just got a car for the day. Remember, you are paying to park your car at the hotel and also to park your car. Next, let's move to Universal Aventura Hotel. Now, I really like this hotel because they have an amazing rooftop bar. You don't actually have to be staying at this hotel to obviously go and use a rooftop bar. You can just go and use it, but it is right next to Volcano Bay. And Volcano Bay is Universal's brilliant water park. So to get to Volcano Bay, it's just a 5-10 minute walk. It's a really nice little walk to get to the water park. There are no shuttle buses because it is that close. By the time you got a shuttle bus, you'd be getting off anyway. So it is just a walk from Volcano Bay to Universal's Aventura Hotel. Now you can also walk to Main theme parks, that's Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, the City Walk as well. This is going to take 25 to 30 walk to the theme parks from there. It is a nice little stroll, but it is going to be a walk to get you up to there, which is why most people take the shuttle bus. Like at Endless Summer, these shuttle buses are every 10 to 15 minutes, and the journey time is again about 10 to 15 minutes. So pretty much exactly the same as Endless Summer in that regard. It's just you can walk. You can also walk from Endless Summer, but you're staying on Universal property to get there, so you're not walking across like a public bridge and things like that. Next up is Cabana Bay, and Cabana Bay is again a 5-10 minute walk to Volcano Bay, the water park. Around those shuttle buses, and again, if you want to walk to the theme parks, again, you're looking at a 25 to 30 minute walk from Cabana Bay to get you to the gates of the theme parks. Again, most people will take the shuttle bus, and the shuttle buses come every 10 to 15 minutes, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get you from the hotel to the drop-off point. The drop-off point for all the shuttle buses when you go into the theme parks is City Walk. So this is where you're going to go through bag check, through security, which is why sometimes when the parks are actually quite busy, it is actually easier and quicker to walk, because what's going to happen is you're going to get on the shuttle bus and then you're going to go through, and this is the same security point that you're going to go through that everyone who is a day tripper is going to be going through as well. So it's everyone who's taking one of the shuttle buses and all the day trippers parking as well. Whereas when you walk, you go through a separate security check, and it is usually a bit quicker. Getting a bit closer now to the theme parks, but still really close and within a 5 to 10 minute walk from Volcano Bay,